Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to KSP. So, first and foremost, I screwed up on my science. I got the aerodynamic stuff instead of the sciencey stuff, the basic science, and yeah. So, my goal for the series is to go to another celestial body. That body, naturally, of course, being the most popular out of all of them, which is, wait for it, Moho. No, actually, to tell you the truth, the body I actually do plan on going to is Duna. No, it's not, it's Elu. So, yeah, I actually do plan on going to Elu because I don't see a lot of people go to Elu. So, I figured I'd make that the goal of the series is to get to Elu. Now, of course, I will be building my space station and all that stuff. But first, rocketry. So the first thing I need to do is I need to collect science, and that's why I say I messed up on my skill tree, is because I should have gotten the thermostat, which would have given me extra science, and I wouldn't have wasted so much time running around back and forth trying to collect science to get the thermostat so I can get more science. But you know, as you guys will undoubtedly see, it does sort of work out in the end. Don't get me wrong, I really could have used the extra fuel tanks too. The bigger fuel tanks, which, yeah. So, but it works out. We'll end up getting what we want, what we need. And of course, the philosophy of more power equals more power. Remember, people, there's no such thing as too much power. Yeah. I had something I wanted to talk about while this was going on, and now I don't remember. I apologize if my voice is a little bit wonky. I did not get a good night's sleep last night. We had some massive storms and potential tornadoes and all that good stuff. So yeah. I was actually curious about whether or not my solid rocket boosters were going to be a problem without the cones on top. I will add cones onto them later and see what they do. And I don't know why I always accidentally pull the wrong direction on my maneuver marker. It's force of habit, I guess. So, yeah, man, I said that it's bugging me. I know there was something I wanted to talk about, and I'm terrible. My memory's bad. Now, you guys will see that obviously I didn't make it into space, but it kind of was and wasn't my actual goal to make it into space. Because I really don't have access to decent plane stuff right now. The only way I can get science from other areas of Kerbin is by doing precision landings all over the place. So this one was actually specifically targeted at the water. It was my goal to get the water because I needed to collect some scientific data from the water. And yeah, so that's partly the reason why you will see, like, especially the next launch will actually get into orbit, I believe. Because, see, my goal with getting the other stuff was I wanted to get the fuel lines, or I needed to get the fuel lines. So, because I have a problem getting stuff into orbit without using asparagus staging, it's very difficult for me. And asparagus staging is, like, really, seriously, like, one of the easiest ways to do it. So, yeah, there, as you see, I switched out the tanks, which, again, was a huge mistake. I should have gotten the science, but I wasn't thinking. I was thinking farther into space and more science. Now I remember what I want to talk to you guys about, and that is the fact that you will note that this video is 12 minutes long. This video was actually an hour and 9 minutes. Yeah, I compressed all of that down to 12 minutes, okay? I don't know if I want to continue doing post-commentary, or if I want to do commentary in the game. The problem with doing commentary in the game is it makes the videos incredibly long, and the problem with doing post commentary is that where I can actually do it, like in this instance, I've only got to record 12 minutes worth of audio. It does make it somewhat difficult because I have to come up with things to say for 12 minutes. Like 12 minutes, that's a long time to talk, people. Especially when you have nothing else to do but talk. Because, I mean, there's no sound going through this right now because it's going so quickly that the program just says, look, there's no way you're going to be able to hear anything anyway, so, yeah, no. I suppose I could capture some of the audio from this and do that. So there you see me actually making my maneuver changes. I'm aiming for the desert because I need to collect desert science. So that's what you saw me doing there, was kind of waiting until I was in a general vicinity enough to start slowing myself down. I think this was the desert. Yeah, this one should have been the desert because no, this was the grasslands. Or the grasslands or the tundra. Where was my desert launch? Maybe my desert launch is the next one. So yeah, I know I did at least, this is my, yeah. Okay. So the next one, I go to the desert because there I actually should have the thermostat at that point. If not, I think I still need to get the thermostat, and I need to get more science to get the thermostat, and yeah. So, no, yeah, okay. So I'll get the thermostat here, and then, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I'm terrible at getting stuff into space, and asparagus staging makes things so much easier for me. So I collected the science, shifted some stuff around, and sent this thing back up because it worked so well the last time. I don't know if it skips through things, but I did put in the extra thermostats, and you'll note some nose cones on top of the solid rocket boosters. Tell you the truth, didn't really notice the difference. So, meh. Yeah, so I don't know, like I said, I don't know if I want to continue to do post commentary or if I wanted to do my commentary in the game. Doing it in the game is a little bit easier because there are going to be times when I go blank and have absolutely nothing to say. And at least that way you guys have the game audio to compensate. For games like Dragon Age and Defiance, it's fairly easy to do because those are very loud games. So 9 times out of 10, you guys probably wouldn't be able to hear my voice anyway. But I'm sure you guys aren't watching this to hear my lovely, lovely voice screeching at you from the other side of a microphone. Yeah, KSP is one of those things where doing one thing takes so long, right? I mean, I did 3 rocket launches and a quick plane flight, and that was an hour. Now, did it feel like an hour when I was playing it? Not even close. But then again, like I said, that's one of the joys of this game is the amount of time you can burn up just messing around, having fun with it. Yes, people, rocket science is fun. Rocket science can be fun, even if you're not just randomly blowing stuff up. So, like I said, collecting science from the desert to try and push myself slightly closer to the 90 science mark. And unfortunately, I come up short, which is a rarity for me. So what I decided to do is I decided to build a plane, send the plane out, and just kind of fly around and collect temperature data from all around Kerbin. Now you might notice a jump cut here. It's because what happened was I forgot to put the air intakes on. You might notice it, you might not, because it's literally half a second. And I'm not exaggerating there. It is literally a half a second jump cut. Also, I cannot stand those landing gears. They irritate me like you guys would not believe. Seriously. Seriously irritate me. So yeah, like I'm watching this thing back and like at speed, and it just skipped straight through that. So I mean, I don't know if you guys will probably have caught that, but yeah, I sent it out and realized I forgot to put the air intakes on. So I did a quick fly around. My goal was to actually get to the North Pole, but I realized at that point that this video had been going on for approximately an hour and was like, oops. So kind of opted for a slightly better plan, which was to simply just fly this thing to different areas, and as I'm flying over the different areas, collect temperature data. And I'm gonna tell you guys something, it actually works really well. So if you want an easy way to collect kind of like bucket loads of science, build a basic plane like you see I have here, slap a whole bunch of thermometers on it, and just fly around Kerbin. You can collect temperature data from all the different biomes like really quickly. I mean, I should have gotten in the water, but I, just now thought about that. Also, don't build a plane like this one. Holy monkeys. Okay, so you guys probably won't be able to see it, but this thing, like, it can do high-speed maneuvers because of those tail fins, but this thing is so jittery when it does. Like, I mean, it literally tries to stall, then pulls out of the stall, then stalls, then pulls out of it, then stalls again, then pulls back out of it. Like, literally all within a 16th of a second. Like, it's kind of terrifying. I mean, this thing just, like, shakes violently. So, yeah, I said, it's a great little plane. It'll work for collecting, like, meager science. I need to get the ladders and stuff like that so I can collect surface samples from everywhere. That's probably going to be the next thing on my list of things to do. But that is actually going to have to wait. So, as you see, I'm coming in for a landing. I've realized that this is going to take way too long for me to get to the North Pole. I will probably go to the North Pole next time, guys, but not right now. So it's back home to the Science Center to spend our science points on some refueling, some asparagus staging assistance, and that way we can go into space. So guys, I am done for the day collecting science. Into that, I'm gonna say sayonara.